Welcome to the In-View segment of Magnus Sparkle DVA. Today on this segment, we'll be focusing our discussion on software technology as the economic panacea across Africa. Today on the show with me, I have Dr. Woherem and Professor Magnus Sparkle. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to start with you, Doctor. Across the world, we hear people talking about how technology is the way for economic growth. And then we hear people now talking about software technology. Can you briefly tell us what people mean when they talk about software technology?
Thank you very much. Today, software has become the lifeblood of business, the lifeblood of industries, the lifeblood of government. So for that reason, software is so important, today. A country like India is almost thriving, based on software. India developed its software industry to the point that many of the developed countries have outsourced most of what they do in terms of software to India. And as a result of that, it is also helping India to catalyze, development in several other sectors. So, yes, I'm a believer of the fact that software is very important as one of the key elements in information technology. And I also believe that information technology acts as a catalyst that will help a country to develop every of its sector, be it the agricultural tech sector, the transportation sector, the education sector, and so on and so forth. With the help of information technology, you can, use the technology to leapfrog development in each of those areas.
So when people say, for lay people like us, when people say ICT, so what is that? What's information? What's communication?
Okay.
For an average person, because we just all say ICT, we're in the ICT business.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Most of the time, the way it's explained is to say, this is data, this is information, and some people will even say, this is knowledge. So, data is any discrete thing you can capture. You can capture the size of somebody, you can capture the height of somebody, can capture the weight of somebody, it can capture any element out there. When you do, that's data. But when a group of data comes, together to have meaning, to convey a meaning, that's information. So the art of communicating something from this, from somebody, or this particular machine, to somebody else or another particular machine is communication. And the world has come a very long way with regards to communication.
Anywhere in the world, if we're talking about technology, Indians are always mentioned, or people outsource their ICT and stuff like that to India. So how do we get people across Africa to key into this, for people to see the importance of technology, both the hardware, the software? How do we get involved to see people or our government, individuals and organizations to see the importance of technology in order to use them to be able to bring economic growth and development across Africa?
Yeah. To me, the most important thing is for each and every person in Africa, as well as every organization in Africa, and as well as all the countries in Africa, to recognize the importance of information technology, particularly the importance of software. The thing with software is that the entry barrier to begin to do business in software is low. Most of the time, all you need is electricity, you need a computer, and you need what you have inside your head, the brain. And as a result of that, even one individual can be sitting in his room and be churning out software that is going to shake, the whole world. So if we take it seriously, even as individuals, we are going to go a very, long way. But as I said, the entry barrier is not that, high. Even at organizational level, we can decide to come up with this package. We can decide to come up with this app. We can decide, in software we have what we call system software. Then we have application software. Most of what we call apps today are part of what we generally, call application software. So if we're specializing, we have to decide where to specialize. Is it, in the area of system software? And there are so many, for example, operating systems are part of the systems of software. Or are we going to specialize in the area of applications, of apps? Once we decide that that is the case, even as an organization, the investment is not that high. It's not capital intensive. Whereas with hardware, it's capital intensive. I don't believe that because hardware is so capital intensive, Africa should shy away, from it. I believe we should also do something in that, domain. But government has to also realize the importance of, software. And government can intentionally want an African country to be positioned in such a way that it is going to be recognized in the world as another key country that is in the space of software. Right now, we're not doing too badly, but we're also doing badly. The whole of Africa, the number of people that are in development of software, about 800,000. The whole of Africa.
Is that good or bad?
That's good, but it's also bad. The reason why it's bad, Latin America is 2-something million people. Brazil alone is 300-something thousand, people. So for the whole of Africa, about 800,000 is not, that
How
good.
fast is that growing?
It's going very fast. That's where it's good.
Okay.
A lot of young people are realizing the importance of software. They've realized that they can be here producing software and they are producing it for even countries or companies that are abroad and making, bringing foreign exchange, to Africa as a result of that. Government should realize, as a result of our demographic condition in Africa, we have lots of people, youth. Absolutely. And a lot of them are at home with IT. A lot of them are at home with, software. And as a result of that, Africa stands to become a software superpower.
Sure.
And when that happens, it's to the glory and blessing of Africa.